Hey folks, Katie here to walk us through how to set up a project once project managers have received a brief in our platform. The first thing to note is that both project managers and clients can start a brief, and that's done via this Start a New Project button right here below my face. And here you can choose either yourself as the project owner, choose an existing account searching for the client that you would like to set the project up for, or even setting up a brand new account right in here. Once we hit that OK button, it's going to take us to a blank brief page where we can start to set up our project. There's another video that walks us through the brief page completely, so I'm going to go ahead and tick out of that and come back to a brand new project that I've already received. We can tell that as the PM, I've received this new project because it is in the setup task. The setup task is sitting with me ready for work. It's assigned to me. The setup task is the very first task on any given project in our platform. It's a very important task because it is where the project billing is put onto the project, whether that be a flat rate amount that is charged upfront at the start of a project or hourly billing, allowing that billing to kick off. So when I receive this project, I'll get an alert in my notification center here on my home screen, possibly by email or desktop, depending on how I have my notifications set up. I'm going to go ahead and start the timer on this. You can see that I've already been working. The timer's been ticking away. When I receive a brief as project manager, I'm reviewing everything in that brief to make sure I understand the work and that we have everything needed to complete it. So we have the description. We want to make sure that we understand everything. We have internal notes where we can add additional notes for our team. Very importantly here, making sure that we have all the files, links, etc. needed for the work. Checking the project type. Having read the information above, I might change the project type that's selected here. And in doing so, it's going to give me an alert that that's going to overwrite the project workflow. The project workflow is the task list that is the default for a given project type. I'm going to go ahead and hit yes, overwrite that, and we'll come back and touch on the task flow in just a moment. As I update the project type, we can see that we're getting an updated quote here. This is the Sketchdeck platform providing a quoted estimate to what the cost of the project will be. This can also be overwritten by the PM if we see, as we review the brief, that the scope of the work is distinct to the quote. As we come down a bit further, check additional details, etc. Then we get down here to this pricing section, which we're going to check. If we think that the quote is correct, then we can go ahead and charge the estimated amount and get started. If the client prefers to work hourly, we can charge by the hour and get started. If we do want to charge a flat rate, but the quote given by the platform was incorrect, we can choose this custom option and enter in the correct cost of the project. Since this is training, I'm going to set that to 0. I'm going to scroll back up to the top and check here the payment options and project speed. Project speed is set at standard. I'm going to keep it at the custom price. I want it to bill to this credit pool or cost center, and that all looks good to me. So I'm going to go ahead and complete that task. Since this is a 0 budget project, I'm going to put in 0 time. I can set a next delivery here, but that looks good to me for next Monday. So I'll go ahead and mark as done and send to creative direction, which is the next task in the default project workflow. You can see it's submitting the task. Going to take a moment here. And now that it has done so, it has moved over into that Style Discovery Creative Direction task. It's been assigned to Holly, who, when we come here and look at this tasks list, we know was the next person in line to receive the task. As mentioned, we can see that Holly received the next task, which is the creative direction task in Style Discovery. If we look here in our tasks list, that's because that was the very next step after the setup task was marked as done. From here, the project's going to continue to move forward based on this project task list, which I will address in another video, but we can see that that has set up the project, setup task is done, and we can move forward with work.